You're gonna have to flow, and basically what flowing is just notes. They're a little different, but they're notes, and you're gonna have so there's the team you're going against should, and if they don't, ask them to give you a roadmap, which is basically like the main components of what they will be talking about for their specific topic. So it might be econ, you know, some that might be a topic, or maybe other things. It just varies. But basically, for flowing on the paper, if you can't hear, then move closer to the opponent. That's just a tip. Because, I mean, if you can't hear and you're trying to flow, then that's really bad. So just face that and just move forward. And it's a good technique because it's a subtle way of letting the judge know that they're pretty sucky at giving a speech. And I guess you don't seem much of a jerk that way, instead of just telling them, can you please speak louder? Like a jerk. Well, I guess you could say it nicely, but it still kind of makes you look bad. And now basically, you're going to have the sheet of paper. Of course, you're going to have all these separate sheet of papers, and you should probably, for the rebuttal, you have no new points. So you're going to have this sheet of paper. You're going to use tags or like hashtags and stuff. That's what I used because I just found that helpful. Flow yourself for practice, which is really, really hard, which makes it really, really good practice. And I found this actually helpful is write horizontally on your paper so there's more space to extend sentences. But you may not find that helpful. I don't know. Right, left to right, because then you smudge your paper. Practice, 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 practice. So that's really important, because if you suck at it, face it now. Try not to smudge the ink. Circle, also while you're going, circle the strongest arguments, 1AC especially, so partner can use them and prioritize, because you're going to have limited time, obviously, so you want to prioritize. You're probably not going to have time to go through everything, and even if you do, you're probably not going to have time to effectively go through everything, so you want to have time to effectively go through everything. Don't try to crush up everything together, okay? Quality over quantity, okay? Leave space for your comments, personal comments maybe, and maybe you can make the judge understand whatever they're saying in more common terms and use it against them. Maybe you can find it to relate something else. I found it helpful personally. Translate into your own words. That way you will remember it easier. So don't just write down word for word that they say that turtles are dying, or that they say word for word that, pollution is terrible. Just put it into your own words. That way you'll remember it easier. It'll be embedded in your head more. It's easier to find because it's something you're familiar with, and it won't be so much of a pain. Putting it into your words is a pain, but when you go back looking for it, it's worth it. So that's just me though. So when you get the hang of flowing, it might take a while. I don't know if it'll take a while. Take time to plan for your own speech and stuff. So there's a lot of things you can do. If you can't distinguish between arguments, then your flowing sucks. But this is what you can do to remedy it. So you can just ask during cross-examination as to AC to name their arguments and stuff. So really, flowing helps you see where you have holes in your knowledge on their AF. So and to have a little bit of data to reject their AF if you're negative. So It's really good. And, you know, you may not catch everything, but during cross-sects, you should be using cross-sects to narrow down what their points are. Don't be too general during cross-sects. If you're too general during cross-sects, it's much easier for the other team to have space to move around and make their whatever, their af sound better than it actually is. So be specific. And the flowing will help you be specific. So use it wisely.